So my compass here set for 1.5 inches to give me 3 inches. Let's double check that. This is actually the 1 inch mark. So yep, we are there. 1.5 inches. So let's just trace this out and see where that brings us. Now let's make sure we are at 3 inches for the circle. And we are. So this is going to have 2 initials lasered in the middle, which will hold 2 wedding rings. So I've given myself a little bit, well, quite a bit of room here, but when I cut this, I will cut and give myself some room. So this will be my, let me make my safety net, and this is also going to be tapered. So that's one safety net right there. I'm going to cut outside that circle, and that's about looks like it's about 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch. Let's see, yeah, 3/16, close. So this will be my safety net. This will be the finish cut, and then from there I'm going to work in and lay a shallow concave. So it'll, let me get a pencil. So the inside, see, this is top edge, and it's going to go down to a slight, probably about 10-degree taper for the bottom. See, I'm going to have a little lip, then it's going to be flat, and go back up, and then curve down. So we'll have a little brim here, a little brim just a round over, and just a shallow dish. So that'll be, well, look much better than that, but that's the idea of what it's gonna come out to. So if I was to take the side grain here, I'd probably be going about this deep, and the rest of this would be the dish itself. This is approximately 2 inches, and it's a good height, solid, very solid. So got to wait, don't worry about this thing flopping over. She's going to have it on her dresser, and that's why she picked this wood, this mahogany, if I didn't say that before. And it's a real nice contrast. As you can see, she has a dark colored or stained dresser, and if I compare it to the black, definitely see it stands out. You can't miss it, and that's the idea that why she picked this wood, so it would stand out. But so anyway, we'll take this to the bandsaw, and we'll get it all prepped and cut out. Before we cut this on the drill press, what I like to do is, I've got this bit I purchased, a real nice carbide bit that will cut an indentation into the wood that will match my chuck jaws, and it's just right. I did a little bit just so you can see what that looks like. Here's the outside of that bit. Here's our main line, the width, the 3 inches, and this is my safety net, the 3 1/4. So all of this here outside of that is going to be waste, but it'd be easier for me to cut this hole out now before I take it to the bandsaw. So we're going to do that right now. my goal is to go as deep. See this? If you can see this part a bit, I want to get right to there, just a little bit past. That's all I really need. I only need about 1/8 of an inch. Let's make sure back in the spot. This carbide bit really cuts nuts. Almost. Let's give it a check. Yeah, that's it right there. Perfect. All right. So this is what we've got. And my jaws of my chuck will will spread out against this and hold that in place. This is I can't remember the name of this joint. Oh, this is a recess cut. And that's the purpose of that is for the jaws grab. But I like these kind of cuts because I waste less wood. See, I'm using the same amount of wood that whole thickness is. Where if I was to put a different type, an outside one where I would clamp against, I would be wasting, you know, probably about 1/2 inch. So I love this. You just have to be careful when you do it. See, like I do have some room here for the edge of this, so that'll be fine. As long as I don't over tighten, which I won't, and this should be fine. But a lot of times what I could do with this is throw in some CA glue like this, and that'll strengthen this up. So I'll give it some strength. And then I'll fill this little hole in with the dust. With probably some, I could use CA glue. See if I was to pack that in there. I'm going to burn the bottom of this. So I'll put my logo in there. And once I fill this, you'll see the CA glue goes in really fast. I think that lid's about shot. See, it soaks right in there. Whoop. Throw some more glue on there. Some more wood chip. That'll soak it up. There you go. Once it dries, I'll sand it. You won't even tell there was a hole there. Alright, let's go to the bandsaw next. Okay, so we're going to get ready to cut this out, but I had a thought that I would like to do is this outer circle here is my safety net. But I think I'm going to make that bigger. You can always take away from the wood, but you can't put it back. So I just want to give myself some more safety. Let me get a compass. Alright, now I feel better. Okay, let's get this cut. pieces. Here's our ring dish. Alright, next step will be the lathe. Let's get this baby mounted and turned. Okay, I have the piece mounted on the lathe. Let me just show you how that works. Turning it to the right causes the jaws to shrink in. And then turn it to the left causes the jaws to come out, which tightens up the piece. So I like holding to the center so I know I got it nice and flat. Don't want to over tighten. It's more than enough there. Let's see how well she spins. Okay, let's get our tool rest set up. Oh, here it is. What I'm going to basically do is start out, I'm going to true this up. I like to get the center of my tool to the center height of the wood. Normally I would take the tailstock, put in this center pointer, which would go in here, extend out, put against the wood. But yeah, I could do that just initially. This is, remember, this is the inside. This is going to be the inside of the dish. So I'll be cutting towards that way. Got my safety, dust shield. Well, if you haven't seen it, the dust shield. It's going to dull my voice a little bit, but face shield. And I like wearing gloves because the chips coming off of this can be really hot. And I'm careful with the gloves. Alright, let's get started. There we go. I'm going to start by, I like doing push cuts. I use keep it straighter. I took a light cut. Remember, it's uneven surface, so somebody said it's kind of easy to push the gouge back. Bring this up a little closer. Okay. Now all my circles are back here, so I have to pay attention as I'm cutting back down that way. But remember, I'm keeping it straight If I get close to my safety net, that's when I'm going to start to taper. A little more speed on there. One way of testing if you're round is that this won't bounce. It goes smooth, just like that. So it's rounded off. Alright, getting closer. Alright, the reason I did this little cut is that when you push, because I'm doing a push cut, so when you're pushing this way, see there's a little piece right there. It's just kind of gets the ends, the wood just kind of breaks up. So putting a little bit of a curve on there will, our angle will keep that from splintering. Nice clean edge. Do that again. So what I'm trying to do is start my angle of attack
which means I want to get my angle set, and then stay with that. So that way, this is where I want it, and so will the bottom be. The bottom is 3. I'm working my angle of attack where I want to get my taper, and when I have room, once I get my taper set, I just stay with that taper until I get to the bottom. The bottom is going to be 3 inches. The top here will be just a little bit more wider. But I gotta stay within that parameter. But if I start my angle now, I'll maintain it. And that way, instead of trying to do it at the end, which can cause some problems, or you never know what's going to happen. But at least if I get it set now, and I have about another, about ½ inch to go. So that gives me plenty of room to move, correct what I'm doing. This is my skew. It's a negative rake skew, which means that it will give me a cleaner cut than a regular skew. Just want to get that line straighter and cleaner. All right, looking good. far away. Alright, I have my safety line now. So when I'm cutting, I like looking. It's good to look at this side. I can see my angle for one. It's easier than just looking straight down here. And at the same time, I can take a look at my wood thickness, my angle. And right now I can feel that it's not quite perfectly straight yet. Much better. All right. Got about 1/8 of an inch to go. I'm at a point where I have fine shaving, so I'm not going to worry too much. I don't need to worry about the face mask anymore. This will help me see better with these safety glasses. But taking the straight edge, looking down, and I can see I'm a little high right here for my mouth. Okay, not much really. So I made my line. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me see if I can get you a better angle here. Okay, so I moved the tailstock back. I don't need that anymore. Get it out of the way. I just want you to see where I moved this, and I've angled it at the angle I want to keep. And I don't know if you can see my pencil line. It's just this little bit that needs to be straightened out. As I look down on here, I can see where it needs it. It's pretty close. Yeah, we're there. Okay. I don't know if you can see my safety line right there. Let me see. Look through the camera. Yeah, this is zoomed all the way in, so you're not going to be able to see that this line, but it's approximately right there. Right there is my pencil line. So that's my finish size. So I'm going to go there. Let me see about repositioning this camera again, because I'm afraid I'm going to be in the way. Okay, reposition that. So you should be able to see it at this angle. Because I'm going to have to be right in front of this thing so I can see down, see what's going on. So I'm that close already. What I might do... no, let me just continue. Let me take some light cuts. What I'm trying to do is keep this my side and move my body to do the cutting. Yeah, see how that kind of tears it up? So that's alright, that's fixable. Alright. Skew on it, straighten it up. Okay. Alright, the bottom I'm gonna fix. I get through with this thing, I'll turn over and put it in a set of chucks so I can work on the bottom. Finish that up. So, right now, we're looking good. I think it's time to make over it one more time. Okay, let's get ready for the second stage. You probably can't see it, but I made a circle here. This is my high spot. Where's this? It's nice and flat, so I'm going to flatten this out. I'm not going to go aggressive. I'm going to take my time, so it evens out fine. Okay, I used 120, which was this. You can see that. 120. Then I'm going to go to the 150. If you can see that, 150. After that, I'll go with the 220. So we're going to do the inside and the outside. This is really cool because it's flexible. Love this stuff. Especially with these curves into the corners. I'm not pressing hard, I'm just letting the sandpaper do the work. No need for me to press hard. Let's do this thing. Oh, I got reverse. Alright, let me go forward. I want control on here. I have a brush. Grab my table bit. Oh, there it is. Alright. So we're a little bit smoother. Kind of work out the lines of the 120. Then we'll continue. I'm going with the grain. The grain is running this way. This is the face grain. Just want to work any possible lines from the 120. That's all. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is I take my denatured alcohol. When I get to the higher grains, I really want to get what's left of any grains from the other lower cuts of sandpaper out of the grain. So you clean this up. Actually, denatured alcohol evaporates really quick. It's a great solution for cleaning wood. See, it kind of gives you a preview of what it's going to look like. And I'll show you this rag in a minute. You'll see the wood. See that color change? That's pulling the dust out of the grain. And it raises the grain up. At the same time, like water, I could use water to do that, but this works much better, plus it evaporates and it saves you time. So now we're going to do the 220. Let me cut this. Alright, so I'll run it on, let it dry, and then we'll continue with desanding. Alright, it's all evaporated now, and I'm looking at this inside rim, and you can see the grain kind of goes like this. It might be hard to see on the camera. I mean, it's focused all the way in, so I kind of want to get that smooth out. Should be. There we go. Parts of it that kind of go down with the grain. Yeah, see, this is alright, it's going straight, but this part here starts to curve. Sanding's a really important part. Obviously, it can take more time because you can turn it, carry it into shape, but you know, you want to get that nice finish. That's where you got to take your time. Back up and speed out. It's a small lip, so it's a little difficult to get in there, but it's doable. Just nice working with wood again. I haven't done woodwork on the lathes in a bit. I've been into the rings, which I do love. I also love doing this too. Could be. There we go. Just a little stiffer. Normally I probably have my head in there, but you won't be able to see what I'm doing. That's okay, I can still do this. Get a little different angle. Alright. Let's do the outside. In case anybody's wondering, my RPMs are 550. If I went faster, it takes more off, but at the same time, it will ruin my sandpaper quicker. And at the higher speed, I think you have less control over your sanding, which can be a bad thing. I don't want to lose control. Alright. This brush comes in nice and handy. It's usually where I keep it. I had a magnet set up. I'll have to redo that again. Alright. Okay, let's clean that up. I love this. Here's the magic. See what it's going to look like when it's finished. See it taking off the sawdust. just trying to hit it where this is actually good. Yep, I'm not really pulling anything off. Alright. We'll get ready for the next grades. I believe I have 400 and then 600. Okay, we're going to go with the 400. I have this stick. This is actually Purple Heart, really strong. And it's cut to 1-inch width, the same width as the sandpaper. And it's great for doing the outside so I can keep it level, flat. So I'm going to do now. And if there's anything, ridges or high or low spots, I can level it out with this stick. Go back and forth with it. Looking pretty good. I'll work the whole thing in. And it happens. Ooh, that's smooth. Okay. I do have some spots here. A little rough. I may wind up doing the coarser. Yeah. Alright. I'm going to have to redo this outside with the coarser stuff. Let's find some. Alright, may look for some sandpaper. Can't see here, but remember this is end grain and side grain. And I feel like I had some tear out, a little bit of tear out here. So sometimes you can't really see it till you sand it down smooth. So anyway, this is 80 grit. This will definitely take it out. And I got a little 2x4 here. So again, I can keep it flat. I don't think this will take a whole lot of sanding. I hope not. So, wrap this around. See where it's at. A little bit more. Yeah, looking good. Okay. I think that did it. Alright, let's move to the move to the 150. See how we do there. Again, I'm not really pressing hard on it. I'm just holding it. Let the sandpaper do the work. Also, at the same time, keeping an eye out for my thumb on the left side. So, start smacking into the chuck. Yeah, that's looking much better. So, again, we want to sand with the grain. Get those these round marks out and have them flow with the grain, so natural like it should. See, they go straight here, then it curves this way. Right now, everything's going up this way. Sorry, this is the boring part, but I'll probably cut this part out. I'll just show you a little bit. I'll just suffer through it. So I do like listening to music while I'm doing this. I don't have it on right now. I just got my earplugs working. It gives me some ear protection with the sound. There we go. Now I can see that clean. Alright. I think I'll use the share. Alright, let's clean that up. Let's get that brush, some of this stuff off. Alright. Yep, okay. Wow, definitely looking 100% better. Alright. Where were we before that? We were at the 220. Alright, let me get it up here. Okay, here we go. A little bit more. Oh yeah. Do a little quick clean. It's still wet. Oh yeah. Much better. Okay, we already got the inside done with the 220. This is the 220 on the outside. Or do a little more outside work sanding with this. All right. Oh, by the way, not a sales pitch. I made these up. I got a ton of this paracord, the red, white, and blue. I need to make some up for this coming 4th of July. Alright, we're just going with the sanding with the grain, getting the round lines out, having it go with the grain. In this case, the grain is going this way. With the higher grit, probably won't have to do this, but if I do this part right, and it's not a matter of if, it's a matter that I will get it done right. Basically, when this is done, I'm done with the sanding. I got another set of chuck jaws. I'm going to clamp this outside part, and I want to finish the bottom because there's some work I need to do on the bottom. So that will be the next step. I may just do that after the sanding here because I'll see. I could finish this off. Now, all I just have to do is the bottom. Just looking it over, make sure I got the scratches out that I want. This part's looking good. Okay, sanded this already. Sand it some more. Yeah, grain is a little different when you go to the end to the side. This here is the end grain. How do I know it's got more curl in it? Okay. Okay, I finished up the sanding. Went up to 400. Um, Obviously, the finish isn't on here. It's not going to be on there till I spray it. I really almost feel like spraying it now, but I want to do some burning first, so before I spray it, I burn the initials in here, and I'll finish the bottom, do my logo on there. So, but these jaws are going to go onto this chuck to hold this piece. We're going to clamp this piece so I can finish the bottom. And best thing to do is put this together. I'll set that on the holes and see what holes it covers, because then I can open it and close it, and I know it's going to tighten. Oh, here we go. Chuck off. And we will get my tool. I'll be right back. Alright, let's get this out of the way so I don't drop it. Move this back. Get the chuck in view. So it's going to take 2 screws just like this, tighten onto here. I like to break it loose and I spin it. I lift it up and I know I got the screws together. They are numbered. The first one I took off was 4. Doesn't matter what you take off first. What matters is what you put on. Put them in the right spot. Each one's numbered 1 through 4, except for this. This doesn't really matter. Yeah, there's no numbers on here, so. Alright. Last one will be 1. That'll be the one I'll start with. It's loose. Alright. There's no numbers on here on the sides at all, so it doesn't really matter. So, what I will do, so I'm at 1. Might not be able to see it. Oh, here we go. There's number 1, it's there, but you're not going to be able to see that on camera. So I'll start with 1. So looks like 1 and 3 are going to have the doubles. And now we'll get this puppy rolling. There's 2. Three. And number 4. I know I didn't tighten these all the way. I will, don't worry. Okay. Be careful. Sorry, this camera only records 10 minutes at a time, so try not to rush. Just kind of keep an eye on that camera. Let me see where I'm at. Minutes. Okay, we're still recording. Good. So they say the best thing to do is tighten this up here before you tighten up all the pieces. The line over chucks. Okay, now I'll tighten them all up. Alright, inside, inside, outside, inside. Okay, and these pieces, and I don't need to super tight these things up, just get it to where it stops. Firm. As I am pressing against rubber. Alright. Okay, let's open it up and see where we're at. Oh, I went to the first hole here. Thought that looked weird. See, when you think you got it, still got to double check. Yeah, it looks much better. Yeah, that would have been weird. Okay. So I picked the right hole, the second one. It's great because it's going to open enough. It'll close enough to give me a good grip. Alright, there we go. I think that's going to go super tight. But she is flat on there. Now I'm going to have to get this thing out of the way. So, just want to double check, make sure everything's going flat on here. So push it in the middle. Alright, let's give it a little spin. Oh yeah, spinning good. Okay, so I'm going to clean up this bottom and just a little bit smaller. I may just want to do is just cutting back down to here, make this all flat one piece. Before I do all that, any pressure against the side obviously is going to want to push this out. I'll be pushing in on here, so But just for a safety precaution, I'm going to use a tailstock if I can. Let me see what this will let me do. At least until I get the rim turned down. So that's tight. Alright, now I know I got a good bite there. And they say don't go past 800 RPMs. That's 6. I think that will work fine. What I do want to do is use this. Oh, it's going to be tough. I may not have to. I may get rid of that. Let's see. Because I think it's going to be in the way. Yeah, I think it's going to be in the way. Let me just get it out of here completely. Some I got left. Okay, just gotta remember to look to this side because you might not see what's happening over here, but you'll see whatever I do here, you'll see it show up on this side. I may not take it down to that flat. I'll think about it. Put the straight edge on her. Make sure that the bottom part is flat. If anything, I want this bottom part to taper in a little bit where the edges have the stability. It looks like I'm there. Yeah, it's definitely there. So, okay, let's continue. A little bit left in that hole. I would like to get rid of it. It's not critical, but it would be nice to get rid of it. All right, well, camera finished up the sanding, refining the bottom, and now she's ready for the laser. So let's get it off this. I don't want to spray the lacquer on it yet. I want to get all the burning done with the laser. So once that's done, then I'm gonna burn in here, and then I'll burn my logo. I'll do my test piece right here with my logo. But I think with the settings I have now, it should be fine. But I just want to make sure. And then I'll do the final logo right here in the middle. And then once this is all done, I'll clean up where it got lasered. And then we'll put it back in here. And at this point, I could probably just put it back in here, spray the bottom. Once I got that done, then I'll put it back. I'll put the regular jaws, these jaws back on, and I can hold the bottom. So how these work again, I'll show you. Here's the edge pieces. I don't know if you can see this, but it looks like this. So they grab to the outside. They'll grab this part, and that's where we'll tighten. And I got at least 1/8 of an inch there, so that's what it requires to grab it. So it'll be good. And I'm going to test to see how the rings. I don't have any rings down here with me. I took mine off. But anyway, we'll take a look at it. All right. To the laser next.
I think I got the inside of the rim, the depth from the picture, but I put my ring in here, but you can see it makes it real nice and easy to pick up the ring. You can slide it right up or slide it that way, but it's going to stay in there.